It all started with one heart, then another and another. Soon they swept across the walls, hall after hall, inside Hampstead Central School, the most heartfelt way to honor art teacher Michael Torelli.
Mr. Torelli, or all the kids called him Mr. T, was here for over 30 years, and we still feel that loss.
Including music teacher Amanda Stark, stunned by the death of her dear friend. Michael Torelli taught art here for nearly 35 years. Brightening little lives along the way with his signature mustache smile, now a big part of the mural, along with what he called his dungaree jacket and his go-to dance move, that finger pointing in the air. The words he lived by, now worn proudly, make art with a kind heart.
He's so kind, compassionate, caring. That's who he was.
The hearts are perfect for him.
It's his legacy of love. When there are no words, there is art. So we decided to have the whole community come in, and everybody's painting and sharing stories and laughing and crying, and it was just an amazing way to celebrate his legacy of love, because every heart is a story of love. Every heart.
Families like the Freemans.
I like this one.
Oh, it's like a t-shirt. Oh, it's like the flannel that he used to wear all the time.
Have two generations of Mr. T students.
So about 32 years ago, I had Mr. Torelli for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade.
This is my heart. I painted it because to make art with a kind heart. I did the mustache to represent Mr. Torelli's mustache.
He actually inspired me a lot to do art, and I've been doing it ever since.
I met Michael, or Mr. Torelli, in 1992, and he was my 2nd grade art teacher. I ended up totally doing like a full circle and coming back and teaching here.
PE teacher Sarah Arroyo's daughters.
He liked baseball a lot.
Became Mr. Torelli's students.
I used blue, yellow, orange, pink, purple. I drew my handprint. He was peaceful and kind and awesome, sunny, silly.
And so they painted sunny and silly hearts, celebrating his love of bananas and the Grateful Dead and skiing. His father painted this one, his own heart full of memories from their family ski trips together.
The impact that Michael's had across generations of kids has just been truly astounding.
The Torelli family is deeply moved by how this community came together.
Between the kids and the older people and the teachers and the parents of the kids, it was just beautiful and amazing.
I think it's really nice seeing how everyone still remembers him and how these hearts are going to be on the wall for a while now, and seeing the whole community come together to remember him.
Another grand honor when the school gym was transformed into an art gallery featuring Michael Torelli's treasured paintings, the nautical nods from his earlier years, landscapes worthy of getting lost in, the contemporary works he created more recently. Of his art show, a display titled Work in Progress, the canvas he was composing, his paint, his brushes, his splattered smock. Every painting has a story, like this fire truck in honor of Mr. T welcoming a special needs student with open arms.
He included my son Tommy for the classroom. He was one of the first ones.
They kept in touch over the years.
My son loves fire trucks, and it's the last picture I have of Mike and my son at my son's 40th birthday party.
Broken hearts came here to start to heal, to feel uplifted like Mr. T would want. Perhaps his greatest masterpiece is on the walls of the school, where it all started, with one heart.
Now it's more joy and celebration, and all the stories that just sweep by you every time you walk by. It's magic, and he'll always be here.